Hi, we are from KBA 2422B and today we will present on the financial future planning of post-COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. Let's go. So here, we will discuss the impacts of COVID-19 pandemic and seek for solutions in terms of financial planning to help Malaysians out there that face a financial crisis due to this whole scenes. First and foremost, let's take a look on how the virus starts spreading in Malaysia. It all started back then in January 2020. The first case of COVID-19 was detected in Malaysia and traced back to 3 Chinese nationals who previously had close contact with an infected person in Singapore. In current situation, COVID-19 infections are increasing in Malaysia with more than 5,000 new infections on daily basis. On record, there have been more than 700,000 infections and more than 4,000 coronavirus-related deaths reported in the country since the pandemic began. COVID-19 had resulted in financial collision in Malaysia. Low-income families in Malaysia have been disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 problem, according to the research commissioned by the UN organization, UNFPA and UNICEF. In majority, most Malaysians face a crucial and critical financial situation, whereas lots of them are fired from their job and lose their main income. This leads to a high in unemployability. Apart from that, study shows that most of them families does not even have enough saving to sustain their life. Here, let's take a look on the lockdown timeline in Malaysia due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Overall, Malaysians had faced a total of 464 days of movement control order or the lockdown duration.
Impacts on individual in terms of financial. First, economic downturn. Second, no sources of income. Third, companies retrenchment. The last one is people lost their jobs. Firstly, economic downturn. Those who make catering services are very impressed as they do not have the usual demand as the pandemic affects them. This has resulted in them facing financial problems since the recession. Second, companies retrenchment. Most employees were retrenched because the company could not afford to continue their company to operate as usual. For instance, AirAsia pilot had to retrench in large numbers due to the airline no longer receiving a response from consumers. Next, no sources of income. Many suffered the loss of income due to COVID-19 and had to find other alternatives to continue their life. Some had to borrow money to support their families because they do not have enough money for daily needs, and also some were forced to sell their valuable things. Lastly, people lost their jobs. This is because some industries had to stop operating due to the government's order. This is giving a massive impact on the individual, especially barbershops, driving, training institutes, and more.
Measures took by the Malaysian government in response to COVID-19 is through Budget 2021. A total of 322.5 billion ringgit is allocated to revive the economy and help Malaysians in terms of financial during COVID-19 pandemic. This is to ensure the well-being of the people, business continuity, and also the flexibility of the economy. From the budget, 73.30% is allocated for operating expenditure, 21.40% is for development expenditure, and another 5.30% is for the COVID-19 fund. Under Pemerkasa, a total of 14 billion ringgit is spent to help in financial aid package that is provided to the Malaysian people. It is to assist affected Malaysians and to deal with the economy during full MCO 3.0 starting 1st of June. For National Economic Recovery Plan, a total of 35 billion ringgit is allocated. Kita Prihatin Economic Stimulus Package allocates 755 billion ringgit for Special Prihatin Grant to micro entrepreneurs, 2.4 billion ringgit for Wage Subsidy Program, and 7 billion ringgit for Bantuan Prihatin Nasional 2.0. It is to assist the micro-entrepreneurs, workforce, and those from lower and middle income group in terms of financial. These are the types or example of the financial aids that government provided. Under National Economic Recovery Plan, the financial aid is e-wallet credit redemption worth 50 ringgit, free data 1 GB for all users that can be used from 8 AM to 6 PM every day. Starting from the 1st of April 2020, individual can apply the EPF iLestari withdrawal from account 2. This is provided for 12 months and the maximum amount of withdrawal is 500 ringgit. Under the tax relief, any donations or contributions in cash or in kind to fight COVID-19 are allowed for tax deduction. Next, Kita Prihatin Stimulus Package provide Bantuan Prihatin Nasional 2.0 through one-off. B40 household will get RM1,000, while M40 household will get RM600. And for the single, B40 is RM500 and for the M40 is RM300. Other than that, students of higher education will get RM200 one-off per person. And for Pemerkasa, the financial aid that is provided is Jaringan Prihatin B40, e-belia of RM150 for individuals aged 18 to 21 years old or university student, and lastly, financial support for the healthcare.
These are ways and solutions available in facing the consequences of the financial crisis. First, create monthly budget. Creating a monthly budget is very important so that we can follow and record all of the expenses to make sure there is no overspending. Second, prepare emergency fund. Every month, we should save some of our salaries into fund saving. If we earn low wages, we have to start our emergency fund with a little amount of money and grow it by time. This money can help a lot when the rainy day hits. Third, reduce unnecessary expenses. Due to movement control order, buying things online has become a common practice among Malaysian people, especially on Shopee and Lazada. We should control and take care of our spending habits and save more for the future. Fourth, find side income. Many people do online businesses in order to gain side income. Online businesses are growing rapidly, thus making it one of the best ways to gain side income. And lastly, request moratorium. This year, banks will continue the existing moratorium to individuals who are affected by MCO. People who are under this category are eligible to apply for a moratorium. Moratorium will ease the burden to people that are affected.
Seek personal financial planning during COVID-19. Head to your emergency saving. If possible, invest more. Consider your debt strategy. Refinance your mortgage. Give your budget a makeover. Help when and where you can. Add to your emergency saving. Always insist that people have enough emergency saving. 3 to 6 months to emergency fund. Reduce unnecessary expenses to establish an emergency fund. Reconsider your debt strategy. Debt, especially high interest credit card debt, has never been a wise move. Refinance at a lower interest rate. Balance term for credit card to ensure that the interest rate on a credit card debt is low. Student loan, the government will suspend more payment until the end of September to provide temporary debt relief. Give your budget a makeover. This situation is not normal. Evaluate your budget to find new way to save cash. Additional fund to create a financial buffer that you can rely on for the new few weeks and months as needed. If possible, invest more. I suggest not selling your investment away. If you can afford it, consider contributing more to retirement saving and other investment account. Refinance your mortgage. Further research have cut interest rate. If you still have 18 years to pay off your house, refinance your 15-year mortgage to pay it off faster and save more money. Help when and where you can. Can't afford it, consider how to help others. Find out if there is a food bank in your community and consider donating food or personal protective equipment. Personal financial planning during COVID-19. Financial planning, emergency fund, insurance cover for yourself, credit score, and long-term loan. Insurance planning, temporary plan are only covered in the event of premature death. The lump sum and guaranteed income plan various are guaranteed return solutions that offer life insurance as well as guaranteed return at maturity. For example, life insurance. Investment planning. Invest in Malaysia property market. Why? It is because property is the best way to make a substantial profit from a small investment, and also there will always be demand for property. Retirement planning. Think deeply about your decision. Do small but smart things. Think about your obligation. Ask yourself if you can afford to work any longer. Estate planning. Goal and desire are not exposed, such as the value based on two risks. Determining who will receive the property, give to society, estate planning concern, and federal and state tax planning.
As a conclusion, the pandemic COVID-19 has severely affected the Malaysian economy. In reality, most Malaysians are having a really difficult times in their life right now in terms of their financial stability. With the continuous MCO being implemented that leads to a high in employment, they have to plan their finances accordingly in order to survive the consequences of the post-pandemic impact. Remember, a good financial plan brings joy and freedom in life. Thank you.